Let's be honest, navigating change as a leader is exhausting. And it's not just the pace, it's the pressure of staying grounded, making clear decisions, and keeping others aligned, even when you're not totally sure about what's coming next. That tension, trying to hold it all together for everyone else while everything around you is shifting, is real. And if you've ever felt like you're barely staying upright yourself, you're definitely not alone. Hi, I'm Kelly Stein, Gallup Certified Strengths Coach and founder of the Leading Light Coach. And today we're talking about why leading through change is a whole different kind of hard and how to make it feel a little bit more manageable. Whether you're the one making the decisions or you're the one supporting someone who is, such as a coach, HR, or L&D partner or teammate, this all matters because knowing how to lead through change and how to support leadership through change is what keeps people grounded, connected, and moving forward. Before we dive in, I created a simple one-page activity sheet to help you or the leaders you support lead through change with more clarity and calm. It's quick, strength-based, and it takes less than 5 minutes. You'll find the link below, and I'll walk you through how to use it by the end of this video. So why is leading through change so tough? Well, first, our brains crave certainty. When routines shift, timelines move, or roles change, it can feel like the ground is moving under your feet. Even seasoned leaders feel the impact. The second reason is that people respond to change in completely different ways. Some people jump into action, others freeze up, some get louder, others go more quiet. Every reaction is valid, but they don't always play nicely together. And that's where friction can start to happen. And the third reason is that leading through change often means holding two competing roles at the same time. First, staying calm, and then second, moving quickly. That's a really heavy lift, especially when you're personally affected by the change too. I saw all of this firsthand when I was leading a yoga teacher training back in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Overnight, we had to move everything that was in person online. The students were anxious, the teachers were overwhelmed, people were asking, is this even worth it? What happens if the studio shuts down? Are we going to be able to finish the training? And everyone had a different reaction. Some people rolled with it and were energized by it. Others were spiraling and completely blown back by it. Now, personally, I adapt pretty easily. Change doesn't really rattle me. I actually tend to wake up and become more alert during change. But I learned quickly that being personally adaptable wasn't the same thing as knowing how to lead others through change. I had to pause a lot more than I was used to. I had to check in more often than felt natural. And I had to pretty oftentimes ask people how they were feeling and what they needed. Sometimes just listening to them so they could release the stress and re-engage was the exact thing that they needed at that time. The irony was that those pauses, the ones that felt personally to me like it was slowing us down, they actually made everything move faster. Once people felt seen and supported, a lot of the unnecessary spinning stopped. So that's what I call a reset moment in leadership. And I know you already know the feeling. It's realizing all of a sudden that you're driving in the wrong direction, right? You could keep going and hope for the best, or you can pull over, check the map, and reroute yourself. Those reset moments, they don't mean you're lost. They're how you actually end up staying aligned with your goals, your team, and your values. And yet, most leaders hesitate to hit the pause button when those moments present themselves. Maybe it feels like there's no time. I've definitely had that experience before. Maybe it feels like pausing looks like uncertainty to other people and it might demotivate them when what you really need to do is keep everyone motivated and moving. Or maybe we're just so used to pushing through that we forget to stop. Here's what I've seen happen again and again, clients and teams and in my own work. It's that the best decisions don't come from pushing through. They actually come from getting really clear. And clarity comes when you give yourself and the people around you that moment to pause, to reconnect to what is working, because there will be things that are working even when it feels like a lot isn't, and to then lead with intention, not just through instinct. Whether you're driving the bus or you're sitting in the passenger seat helping with the map, Clarity is what keeps the wheels turning in the right direction. Now, that's exactly what this one-page activity sheet is designed for. It gives you or the leader that you're supporting a simple, strength-based check-in point so that you can recognize your instinctive response, notice what might be missing, and then move forward a little bit more intentionally. I started studying Clifton Strengths around the same time during the pandemic where everything got moved online. And knowing strengths, my own strengths in particular at that time, changed everything. My co-trainer, I recognized or pinned as being strong in executing talents. I noticed that she really needed a lot of structure. She really needed clear plans, and she needed things to follow the plans. When things changed, she really kind of got thrown off by it. I, on the other hand, lead with relationship building and I'm high in adaptability. So I don't really need that much planning. And once I understood that about us, I stopped trying to get her to operate like me and I stopped trying to operate like her. Instead, I started supporting how she operated. She would take the lead on checklists and structure. And then I stepped in when the plans fell apart and I'd say things like, I've got this. And that tiny shift in understanding how we could work together a little bit more effectively changed the dynamic of the training and how we both felt as leaders. So, whether you're the one who's leading through the change or you're the one supporting someone who is, this activity sheet can help. It only takes 5 minutes. You can use it before a big conversation, before a high stakes meeting, or in a moment where things just feel a little unclear and like you don't quite have your footing. If any part of you is thinking that you don't have 5 minutes to do this right now, I know you already know this, but I'm going to remind you that 5 intentional minutes taken right now can prevent hours, maybe even days and weeks of cleaning up and preventing people from spinning later on down the road. So they are 5 minutes that are worth your time and attention. In order to take them well, hop into the description below, click the link, and download the activity sheet now. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like, and then hop into the comments to let me know when was a time that you had to adapt and what was it that made you able to do that? I would love to know your thoughts and your experiences, so share that with me, please, and then I'll see you next time.